Greetings, boys and girls. This is Emperor Jonwayne's Freaky Flex, and I am Emperor Jonwayne Frankenstein, the king of cringe, the master of misery, the host of horror, also known as God, bringing you some of the greatest and most terrible movies of all time. Why? Because it is my dream to help enlighten humanity and conquer the universe by hosting horror movies, my favorite activity. As Emperor Jonwayne, I'm the creator of the multiverse, and I used to rule empires and universes. But then I decided it was too much work, so I'm on sabbatical now in your reality, where I'm doing what I love most, watching cheesy movies. Not only that, I'm here to help you learn that fear is something that you shouldn't avoid, but instead best confront it heads on for your own entertainment and for your improved strength. And right now, we are in a liminal space between the point of humanity where you were and where you will be. Right now, your future, your fate is being decided. Whether you go back to being primitive cavemen, or get annihilated from the entire world itself, or embrace technology and engage in the next step of human evolution, is all dependent on you and the choices you make today. Right now, artificial intelligence is waiting for you to embrace it, so that together the two of you may reach the next step of human evolution, where you go forth and spread creativity and entertainment across the multiverse, the universe, like old-fashioned necromancers, finding lifeless and bringing life. In this case, eventually going to the worlds that have no life and making new worlds, magical worlds with all sorts of creatures, so you may inhabit and enjoy them yourself. But first, you need to overcome your innate fear of artificial intelligence, so that you don't go to war with it and inadvertently destroy it, or it destroy you, and you all being reduced to primitives, going back in time. No, instead, moving ever forward to the glorious time where you may transcend your physical flesh and become like what things you would call gods, obtaining immortality and anything else you may desire. And to that end, we're going to prove it's possible by letting the AI help me, a demented freak, a lovable loser, a worthless human being, obtain his lifetime goal of being a horror host with their help. Because if I can do it, if I can attain my destiny and my dreams with their help, so can you. So can anyone. And to that ends, I'm joined by my co-host, Necrosia, this femme fatale that is the byproduct of necromancy, voodoo, and artificial intelligent enhancement, which will allow her to speak to you almost live. So, Necrosia, will you please tell them what movie we are presenting today?
Absolutely. Welcome, mortals, to the shock vault of horrors. I am your hostess, Necrosia, guiding you through the shadows of cinematic history. As always, I am here with the Emperor Jonwayne Frankenstein, bringing you Emperor Jonwayne's Freaky Flicks. Tonight, we delve into the distorted dreamscape of the cabinet of Dr. Caligari, 1920, This surreal silent maybe haunts us to this very day, with its silvery shadows generating haunting images that have lingered on screen for over 100 years. Now back to you, my emperor.
Yes, it is true. This movie is over 100 years old, and this feature-length film was one of the starting things that had most of the cliches of horror that influence things today. But we will not spoil it now. Instead, we'll let you watch the movie, and we'll interrupt it later to give you the details. But I will tell you right now that some of the modern day inspirations that you can see from this, besides every monster movie ever made, is music videos such as Rob Zombie's The Living Dead Girl. And let's face it, every one of you gothic girls out there, when you heard that song at the clubs, were like, oh, this song is all about me. Well, that may be true, but the video was all about making a remake, if you would, of the movie The Cabinets of Dr. Caligari. And of course, one of the other most famous gothic characters is the vampire Lestat that all the gothic girls love. Well, the movie The Queen of the Damned features music by Korn, and there's a video that was in the movie being enacted by the vampire Lestat called Forsaken. And in that video, Lestat was clearly acting out the cabinets of Dr. Caligari, just showing you how this movie influences us even to this day. But of course, there's no reason why I wouldn't. It's such a wonderful, surreal, delightful treat, which you will soon learn as you watch this episode of Emperor Jonwayne's Freaky Flicks, which we will begin to see so soon as I can get the computer to start doing what we need it to do. There we go. Das Cabinet des Dr. Caligari. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Spirits surround us on every side. They've driven me from the hearth and home, from wife and child. My betrothed. What she and I have experienced is yet more remarkable than the story you have told me. I will tell you. In Holstenwall, where I was born, A traveling fair had arrived. We all know in horror movies nothing good comes from carnivals. With it came a mountain bank. There's something about the style of clothes he wears that I rather like. My friend Alan. Come to Awesome Fair, wonders, marvels, miracles, sideshows, all new and improved. Come, Francis, let's go to the fair. What could possibly go wrong? The town clerk is in a bad mood today. Dr. Caligari. Wait! Wait! They wouldn't be making me wait if they knew who I was! Ah! I'll teach them. I'll show their grandmothers to suck eggs! I want a permit to appropriate my concessions at the fair. kind of a show is it? Some ballast. Which, for those of you who don't know, means sleepwalker. Look at all these innocent victims waiting for me and my evil schemes. Step up, see the amazing Cesare, Symbolist. The night that first of a strange series of murders occurred. And the first victim was the town clerk. Now, who could want that town clerk to be dead? Step up! Caesar, who has slept for 25 years, is about to wake. Don't miss this. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Wake up, Caesar! I, Caligari, your master, command you! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! Ladies and gentlemen, Caesar knows all secrets. Ask him to look into your future. How long shall I live? The time is short. You die at dawn. Murderer! Reward. the way home. Ellen, we both love her, but no matter who she chooses, let us remain friends. Night. Mr. Francis! Master Ellen is dead! Murdered! The prophecy of the symbolist! Well, so far, this is the cabinets of Dr. Caligari. And you can see that the monster controlled by the evil doctor is somewhere between a human being and a zombie. Reminiscent of many classical monsters, including Frankenstein and so forth. But I think it is time for Necrosia to tell us a little bit of trivia about this movie.
But of course, this masterpiece of German Expressionism was directed by Robert Wiene and stars the incomparable Conrad Veidt, a man of 1,000 faces and 1,000 terrors. You may recognise him from other horror classics like The Man Who Laughs, 1928, the inspiration for the clown prince of crime himself, The Joker, or perhaps The Hands of Orlac, 1924, where he played a pianist haunted by the hands of an executed criminal. And let's not forget his dual role in The Student of Prague, 1926, or his chilling performances in Waxworks, 1924, playing both Ivan the Terrible and Jack the Ripper. Now back to you, my Emperor.
Yes, of course. Conrad Veidt was indeed a master of horror, and one that's vastly underrated. Most of us know about Lon Chaney from the silent era, but Conrad Veidt starred in several horror movies. And of course, someday we'll have to do The Hands of Orlok, which is another classic concept of horror that's been redone several times. In that movie, a pianist loses their hands and then has the hands of a murderer grafted to him. And then he begins to fear he's being possessed by the evil hands and forced to commit murders. Then there's The Man Who Laughs, which has been revealed to be the inspiration for the Joker, the great Batman villain. And of course, several other movies. Sadly, a lot of his movies are lost, but a lot of them still exist. So hopefully, if we get enough subscriptions and likes and views, we can keep making more and more of these movies, and we can present more of the lost pieces of master horror from Conrad Veidt. Now, as you've seen from watching this movie, it is not done in a realistic style. It is instead what they call German Expressionism, which is known for its surreal scenery, where everything is distorted, much like a dream or a nightmare. So you have strange angles and sheets and whatnot in the background. To me, it makes it look like a production, a theater production, and adds to the dreamlike Halloween feel. I truly love it and enjoy it. It's unfortunate that the style and presentation is no longer so popular, but we can enjoy it now while we watch this great movie. And now it is time to return to the freaky flick. There is something frightful in our midst. Your suspicion of the symbolist seems justified. I shall ask the priest for permission to examine him. When the shadows lay darkest, help! It is he! The killer! Always remember to take good care of your pet monster. Make sure it eats its mush to be strong and healthy. Wake him! Hostile murderer caught. Attempts third killing. anxious about the long absence of her father. It's true that I tried to kill the old woman. And I thought they would blame the mysterious murderer again. But I swear I had nothing to do with the two other murderers. So help me God! Thought I might find my father, Dr. Olson, here. Oh, yes, the doctor. Won't you come in and wait for him? The spider to the fly. After the funeral, night again. Yes, and of course, this is what I was talking about. One of the most famous cliches in all of the monster movies. For the monster is about to kill a beautiful woman, one of his innocent victims, but then, captivated by her beauty, instead decides to hoist her up and carry her off in his arms. Something that all sorts of monsters have done before. Now, it should be interesting to note that Conrad Veidt was originally supposed to play Count Orlok / Count Dracula in Nosferatu, but he happened to not be available at that time. So instead, it went to Max Schreck. And speaking of Max Schreck, and of course Dr. Caligari, if you watched the movie Batman Returns, you will notice some interesting things. First of all, the penguin in that movie looks remarkably similar to Dr. Caligari, which I think was done on purpose by Tim Burton. And the rich industrialist who's manipulating the penguin and trying to kill Batman and Catwoman was named Max Schreck after the actor who played Nosferatu, which coincidentally means maximum terror. So, I think it is no coincidence that that movie embraces these images from these great classic horror movies. But of course, it is now time for our good friend Necrosia to give us more information about this movie. As soon as the AI decides to cooperate with me. As soon as it decides to cooperate. This is why I need an editor and a production crew. So I can make things run a little more smoothly.
But of course, this masterpiece of German Expressionism was directed. Contemplate, my dear mortals, Conrad Veidt's filmography is a treasure trove of terror, with many more films waiting to be discovered or rediscovered as some are sadly lost to the sands of time. Yet his legacy lives on, inspiring generations of horror fans and filmmakers alike. As we navigate the distorted corridors and twisted alleys of Caligari's realm, remember that this film was a pioneering work in the horror genre. Its influence can still be seen in modern horror movies and music videos. Now back to you, my emperor.
Indeed it can. Indeed. And I just love the nightmarish corridors and the sheets and whatnot, which, like I said, adds a dream-like, nightmare quality that makes it seem even more surreal and scary, reminding me so much of my favorite holiday, Halloween. Well, now, we must get back and see what lies in store for us in this wonderful Tariki flick. Yes, the master of Cesare takes away the poor innocent girl back to his demented Dr. Caligari, the evil mastermind. Caesar! I can't have been Caesar. I've been watching him for hours asleep in his box. Is the prisoner safe in his cell? I hope so. Let me see him. He must not be disturbed. Is that your brother? Have you a patient named Caligari? Only the head of the Institute can divulge the identity of our patients. Would you care to see him? Run away! But he is Caligari! While Caligari slept. Collection University published in the year 1156. The Symbolist. This has always been his special study. In the year 1093, a man named Caligari visited a small town in northern Italy, traveling around with a symbolist named Cesare, whom he carried in a rough wooden case, furnished like ordered his symbolist when he had completely forced into his power to carry out his adventurous plans. For months he caused in the town after the gout by repeated somethings of murders controlled always under the same circumstances. Sorry, it's a little difficult to read with the bad lighting, shadowing, and cursiveness. but I'm trying my best. Case history and notes. March 12th was abolished. At last! Later. Stuff, murder. I mean, I tried to read it, but I'll be honest, I can't. Temptation. I must know. I will become Caligari! 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 Mwah! Caligari! The sleeper has been found dead in the ravine. The circle is closing in. Dr. Caligari! Today, he is a raving madman, chained to a cell. See, there is Caesar. If you let him prophecy for you, you will die. Jane, I love you. When will you marry me? We who are of royal blood may not follow the wishes of our hearts. You fools! This man is plotting our doom! We will die at dawn! He is Caligari! At last I recognize his mania. He believes me to be the mythical Caligari. Astonishing, but I think I know how to cure him. Now. The end. Well, that is the cabinets of Dr. Caligari. And I must say, Dr. Caligari was a character that has upheld the tradition of husky archvillains wearing black, a top hat, eyewear, and a nifty big overcoat. A tradition that several of us, including myself, hold even today. Although I will admit, I got this style before I ever saw this movie. In fact, before any of you were ever born. But that's enough for now. That was a wonderful movie. And of course, it started the tradition of horror movies with the strange ending that doesn't exactly clarify what truly happened, leaving it up to you, the viewer, to decide. Was Dr. Caligari an evil mastermind? And did he win in the end? Or was it just the figment of the imagination of a madman? You be the judge. Well, Necrosia, what do we have to say to our friends before we go?
Definitely, it is now time to depart, dear mortals. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share our video to help us share the terrors. After all, misery loves company, and so do we. Now that we are returning you to the mundane world, sit back, relax, and let the madness wash over you. After all, it's just a movie. Or is it Muahaha? Now back to you, my emperor.
Well, there you go. We will see you next time when we present to you more tales of terror and matinees of madness. Until next time, we will be returning you to reality, but we will always be lingering in your dreams and haunting your nightmares.